Hi, welcome to Coffee Time with me, Paul STL. Today we are making a cafetiere, a French press of sweet bean juice. Morning brown, as it's known by some people. Morning brown. Shall we get on to it? Shall we get going? Hey there, just a quick reminder. This is a recording of a stream I did on Twitch. If you like this and want more live content, come join the chat and the great community over on Twitch. I stream every week, Monday, Friday, and Sundays. Or follow me on my socials for any changes or extra streams. Okay, thanks, and here's the video. Secret brown. Morning brown, morning brown. Everybody get a cup of morning brown. Right. Hold on, I need to make another note. I've had a brilliant idea. There we go. Note. Right. Yes, we're making a cafetiere, a French press today, which is going to be in this lovely jar here. I do need to reattach my cafetiere filter to the lid. This is one that has it built into the lid, which is very handy because it means you're pushing down very straight. Always very straight, as you can see. There we go. Now, where are we? Here we are. I'm going to try the James Hoffman method, which is in his lovely book. Shall we read out how to do that? There we are. Turn straight to it. Step by step. So he's saying 70 grams per litre, I think. I'm not sure actually how much water I can stick in that jug. Maybe a litre? No, it would be probably about 40 grams. It's about 700 mils. 60 to 70 grams. We could probably do about 35 grams for about 600 mils. How about that? That's what we'll aim for. But step one, grind your coffee just before brewing. The coffee grind, as per the book, is medium to medium fine. Now, that is very subjective because it doesn't actually give you any indication of what medium is unless you look into a little bit of the book. Where are you? That's equipment. I can't find it. Anyway, I know what size. And then 2, boil your water. Also very helpful when making coffee. Leave for 4 minutes. So there's no bloom in this. He doesn't want us to bloom it at all, although I am probably going to bloom it slightly. And then you give it a stir. You stir the crust. And the job's done. The most important thing here is waiting for, let's say, 4 minutes, and then you also do another wait for 3 to 5 minutes. So, the problem with French press, this method, is a lot of people tend to rush it, right? They tend to go, right, I poured the water in, I'll leave it for a minute, and then I'll plunge it down. No. You need to give it time to mix in. Much like the AeroPress, it's like the longer you leave it, kind of the better it is. All right, we're going for 32. Let's go for a little bit more. 35, perfect. 35. Yeah, people kind of leave it, don't leave it long enough, and then obviously water could only solubilize so much coffee in it, which this immersion sort of approach is doing. It can only extract so much coffee. At some point, you're going to hit a point where it can't take any more out of the grinds, but it can be less. Where is my coffee? Hi, Pyro. Having now brewed coffee for Moose, I am hopefully making later today. Ooh. Ground coffee should come in tea bags. There are coffee bags. I have reviewed coffee bags before. They're becoming more and more of a thing. You can see that on my YouTube. If you so desire. Did I drop a bean? No. You a bean? No. Also, you triggered one of the other secret things. So what filter are you using? How are you brewing it? How are you brewing it? Oh my god, it triggers on everything. That's brilliant. This should be industry standard. I mean, it's quite wasteful. It's not very green, is it? Unless they're biodegradable. But they tend to be slightly different porous material than... yeah, they're slightly different porous material. So they're not quite as biodegradable, and that's probably why people aren't doing them so much. Yeah, you're doing a cheap as fuck drip filter. Well, paper? Is it paper? Because that's easy, just chuck it away. But if it's metal, yeah, I feel your pain, because I also have metal filters. Yeah, here's one. Here's my... Or if it's one that's built into a machine, I also feel your pain. They are a pain to wash out. Great for composting. So if you're growing anything, go chuck it in the dirt, and it's fantastic for that. Thank you for all the coffees in chat. It reacts to anything coffee, and it doesn't. I might have to turn down the frequency because that is going off a lot. The filter out of Dusty trying to split open the way into the trash bag. Oh no! Okay, yeah, fair enough. That's fair. That is fair. You vote muslin drawstring bags. Muslin drawstring bags are the worst to clean. I have some right here. I use them for the cold brews because they're very good for cold brews. But they are, because everything gets into like the corners and the seams. So they are an absolute pain in the butt to clean. And then, oh yeah. So French press is actually one of the worst to clean in my opinion. That's why I don't do it that often, because it is so hard to just get it out of the jar bit. Like, you have to add water and swirl it around, and then you're clogging up your sink drain because of it and stuff like that. It's an absolute pain. Which is why everyone needs to get an AeroPress. Easiest and best way to clean. Seconded only by espresso, because you can just get the puck out very easily by tapping the thing on the bin, side of the bin, or wherever. Right, let's get this going. So we have 35 grams of medium to fine coffee. It's quite a lot. It's about an 18:1, I think. So about the same ratio as you do a pour over, off the top of my head. Just chuck them in the wash inside out in a pillowcase. Yes, but also no, because then you've got detergents potentially staying in the bag fabric, and you don't want that. You don't want that. If you're not washing your pillowcases inside out, you're doing it wrong. When you strain juice, you use a flat muslin cloth and tie them in a bag. No corners. That is true. Yeah, boil them clean. You boil them clean, and I sometimes use the coffee cleaning stuff I use on the espresso machine to boil them and free up all the oils from the coffee. Anyway, right, we got our coffee in. How are we doing there? There we go. Let's put that a bit more in for you. All right, I'm gonna weigh this. Gonna boil the kettle slightly. Let me just make sure I got my calculations correct. So, 16.666 recurring to 1 ratio, which is about 580 mils. So yeah, I'll put about 600 in. Hello, Brick, hello, welcome on in. Happy Sunday. We're making a French press. You don't want to wake up so we can have bagels. Bagels? What are you having on your bagel today, Joe? You've eaten eggs, so now you're off to do stuffs. Have fun. Thank you for the lurk. Hangout with Geek is over. Oh no. The egg-based puns. Right, 600. I'm going to swirl it around slightly to try and cover everything. This is very gassy, so I'm going to do it very slowly, and hopefully that gas will just release as it's filling up. 500. That's 600. That'll do. That's about right. Can I hear clapping? Is that on the sound? Is that on the music? I think it was on the music. I've never heard that before. Right, so now what we're doing is we're at step 2. Leave for 4 minutes. And then after 4 minutes, let's put a 3-minute timer on the clock. No, let's put a 5-minute timer on the clock. No, 2, Paul. 2-minute timer. There we go. 2 2s is 4. Then we're going to get there'll be a crust forming on the top. You'll see at the top there'll be where all the grinds are sort of like crust. There'll be a little crust forming. We will spoon and stir that slightly, so that will force all the grinds to fall down to the bottom. You might be able to see it better if I do this. See that crust forming on top? So it will sort of like down. And then it says, with the 2 large spoons, scoop off any foam and floating ground coffee. So if any coffee has stayed at the top, we want to get that out of there. Because everything should be like falling. Wait 3 to 5 minutes, depending on your preference and how much of a rush you're in. I don't know, but like nearly 10 minutes is still quite a long time. Like, most people will have plunged it by now, and that's the problem. Most people will have plunged it by now and poured it, and it's just not ready. It's not ready. The one thing I can tell you about French press cafetiere method is wait. More time is needed. And this will allow more of them to sink to the bottom. Insert the press mechanism until it's at the very top of the liquid coffee. At no point should you plunge the press to the bottom, because by plunging it, you're churning up stuff and the sediment, and that will get back into the main liquid. You don't want that. You want it all to settle at the bottom. And then pour gently, again, to avoid sediment coming out. Thank you for another 1 minute timer. Very much appreciated. What's everyone got planned for today? Let me remind you that this evening, 7 p.m. UK time, which is a 2 p.m. start for Joe, we are doing Chaos Jumps Do content warning. We're attempting to go viral. Content warning, if you've not heard of it, it's kind of like Lethal Company, where you go on like missions into a map and you find possibly scary things. I assume this game has scary things. And you attempt to do things to then earn money, etc. Content warning is around sort of like the influencer TikTok sort of theme, where I think you film things and then the game sort of decides how much money you're getting. So that is what we're doing in exactly 6 hours and 22 minutes and some seconds. How many seconds exactly? 34, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. Come back then. Right, I need 1 more minute on the timer. None of us have played this, so I've seen one person play it, and I didn't really understand what was going on because there's a lot of things happening. So I didn't really pay attention to like the gameplay. I was only watching it for like 2 minutes, but it looked like fun. So I was like, yes, got to get on this. It's gonna be good fun. And just after we make coffee, after I've done with the French press, we are going to be building a Lego set right here. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be hella chaotic. I don't know if you've played, Joe. I haven't played. I know Sam hasn't played, so. Right. That is the 4 minutes up. So, take a spoon. And we break up this crust. In fact, let me change to this one so you can see what I'm doing. See what I'm doing now? Just slowly breaking up that crust. Giving it a gentle stir. So now all that crust, you might be able to see it, is coming all the way down. It's swirling slightly. Don't know if you can see it there. There we go. Crusty coffee. Oh my god, you almost got the... if anyone can achieve 10 of those in a row, because they react to each other, it's quite interesting. I'm not going to turn that down. Fuck it. If at any point it reaches a chain of 10, then I don't know. Something will happen. Your coffee's sitting nicely around. What coffee you got, Joe? What you go for today? What method did you use?
Where is my coffee?
Where is my coffee? That is what I'm asking myself right now. That is a soundbite from Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. I didn't put a timer on. Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
Where is my coffee?
Nope. Just a drip today. Mount Comfort coffee from Costco. Is it good? What kind of Mount coffee? Mount Comfort. Mount Comfort. Oh, it's a location. Mount Comfort's a location. Oh, you've told me about this before. Mount Comfort, because I've got a visited link. Mint comfort whole bean coffee. Oh, so it's a little bit specialized, but it comes from Costco. That's quite good. It's actually like specialized coffee. Very tasty, nice mid-darkness brew. Ooh. Which one did you go for? Standard? I can see they got Peru, El Salvador, Guatemala. Would they ship to the UK? Is the question. Would they ship to the UK? You're debating making a hot chocolate. Do it!
Where is my coffee?
You're abusing the coffee thing. I'm going to have to turn down the frequency. Olé! You've returned from adulting and showering. How's the stream going? It's going okay. Chat have discovered the new things I've added to the stream, as you can see. The frequency is quite high. I'm going to have to turn that down. Oh, did Oxygen not included go, Ollie? Have you made it off? Because I know you were getting the rocket ready last week. Have you made it off the off into space? Is this standard, methinks? Costco could do better with their coffee prices, but I'm also a little cheap at the moment. Coffee's expensive, man. Coffee's expensive. It's so expensive. Still figuring out how oxygen liquids work with the rocket. Oh. I assume you've got to put them in the right containers and whatnot. Wow, they got a lot of varieties here, Joe. They have a whole box. Oh, those are pods. Ugh. They have decaf as well. What's 12 ounces in proper weight? In science. Oof. Okay, what's $12? The $12? What's $12 in decent money? Okay, $9.50-ish. That's expensive. That's a little expensive. That's more expensive than Monmouth. It's around about the same. But I wouldn't be buying too much of it. I would be considering it every now and then. I mean, you know, specialty coffee is expensive. It is. I can go to the shop and get like a kilo of beans for maybe £4, but they're not good beans. You know, it's you're paying for the quality. Fair enough. Meh. There's nothing more I can say about that. It is what it is. You've been slowly taming volcanoes and cleaning up the base, including finally using the main power spine. Nice! That was one of the things I sort of like focused when I was playing. I focused on making sure I had proper power and I had like it separated out properly and the transformers and whatnot. And it worked really well once you get to that point where you can have the heavy power lines. It works very well. Very well. Right, 60 seconds left, which means actually it's time because I've put on 5-minute timer and it's actually a 4 minutes. Really, I need. What you can see here is there is some like bubbles. If I can get the light. You can see sort of like bubbles, but like all the grounds are at the bottom. All of them are at the bottom here. You see that? So I don't need to do that step of like getting any grounds from the top because there are none. If you have a quick look, that's just coffee at the top, which means everything should have settled to the bottom. And we stick this in, and we're just going to rest it on the top there for a second and just double check. Yep, slowly press it down. Slowly press it down. A duck fact, duck bills are sensitive and have many touch receptors, making them similar to our fingertips and palms. Interesting. Right, I can take it off the scales now, I guess. For this part. Are you ready? So we don't want it to hit all the way to the bottom. I think this jar and whatnot is actually pretty decent at not going all the way to the bottom. So that's as far as it goes. You can see, I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom in. Zoom, enhance. You can see the crust and then the filter sort of have a separation. That's what you want. Because you'll disturb them and then they'll get all sedimenty and whatnot. So there we go. Also, what you'll find with these metal French press filters is there's always a kink somewhere. Because the way it's got like the spiral bit that goes around it that pushes against the wall, the spiral bit. But the metal filter kind of like it goes upwards around it. And it'll kink, and if it kinks, that means there's a gap, and that means that bloody coffee seeps through it. So you've always got to be careful of that. I know exactly where the kink is in mine. Right, there we go. We've got about, let me put a little bit more in. I know what my kink is. It's on the seam of the spiral, so it's actually reinforced. But always be careful of that. Right, there we go. That's a good cuppa. It is indeed a good cuppa. Right. Cheers. We're just going to glide by and not make kink jokes. I did say kink a lot, didn't I? I said where my kink is, I think. I'm not what my kink is. You guys. I realised I didn't bring milk in, so I'm going to have to go get a little bit of milk. This coffee is still that big bag of beans, which isn't the best when it's black. It does need milk. Or sometimes syrup to sweeten it a bit, to take the edge off. So I'm just going to grab some milk. I shall be back momentarily. I am back. I said both, did I? Okay, fair enough. Right, I'm just adding a little bit of milk. Dog facts, 15 people die in the US every... Oh, that's a sad dog fact. Oh, we don't want that. Oh. Cheers. So with a French press, I always find it doesn't necessarily bring out the underlying flavors as much as other methods. Like this is a very, and the only way I can describe it, it's a very pretentious way, a shallow sort of flavor profile. Like you've got the coffee taste, which is nice. A little bit overpowering with this bean, but whatever. But there's no, that aftertaste, that like, usually there's like a, ooh, that's nice sort of taste afterwards. You don't get too much of that. You get a little bit, but not too much with this. But that is a lot better than it would have been if I just did the standard. Put it in, wait 2 minutes and plunge. You're putting pictures in chat. What are you doing? Oh, it doesn't load up in the preview. Oh, that's annoying. I'm not clicking that. Capybara fact, capybaras are natives of South America. Can be found in Panama, Venezuela, Colombia, Argentina, and Brazil. Much like coffee. Much like coffee. Those coffee-coloured rodents. Beautiful. Beautiful bastards. Right. Well, that is French press done and over with. We are done. All that effort for at least 2 cups, maybe 3. Depends. Probably 2 and a bit. But yeah, thank you for watching Coffee Time. Thank you everyone. We are now moving on to Lego. So, you know, if you stick around for me building some Lego, and go check out all the Lego and coffee stuff on YouTube. I did the thing, I did the plug. There we go, that's going into the VOD.